Ghouls is a thematic strategy game for 2 to 4 players that plays in 45 to 60 minutes. It combines hand management and resource management like a Euro with dice chucking and a thematic experience to make it a mid-weight hybrid. The game's played over a series of rounds, and each round players are trying to score points to have the most points when the end of the game is triggered. You can score points in a variety of different ways, allowing for different paths to victory. You can score points by controlling the graveyard, which is worth 7 points each round. You can pledge icons from your cards to crypts of matching colors to score points based on your relative standing. Or you can beat other players in combat and advance up the dominance track and score points instantly. There is a race element as well. The first player to reach the 66.6 point threshold will get bonus points, or likely give them an edge in winning the game. Each round you're going to be dealt a hand of 6 cards, and these will determine your options. So the cards in this game are multi-use. They'll have a power value, which will come in handy when you're contesting for the majority and the strongest power at the graveyard or at the crypts. They'll have icons. When you pledge that card to that crypt, you'll get a payout based on the crypt reward times the number of icons you pledged. So the white with 3 icons. The white's the most valuable crypt, but it scores last each round. So in terms of that race element, there's a bit of a push-pull there. Lastly, each card has actions on it, depending on the faction, and a different number. So this one will give you 3 actions of either moving or gaining gold. Gold is used to upgrade your standing at the crypts, and blood is the other resource you might collect, which is this icon, and you use that to recruit more Ghoul Lords, which are powerful cards that you use in combat and that give you special bonuses throughout the game. So a typical turn might look like this. You start your turn with the location phase and you activate the effect of the location you're in. So I'm starting at the graveyard here. I can take any of the 4 basic actions, so I'm going to gain a blood because I'm planning to attack white this turn. I'm then going to use my yellow card. So my action phase involves me using one of my cards. I can use it either by placing it face down in my tableau, and that's going to count towards how much power I commit to the graveyard, or I can discard it for its actions, and that's what I'm going to do in this example. So I'm going to move 2 spaces, and with my third action, I'll take another blood. Now, because I'm finished my turn, at the same space as another player, I can choose to attack. It's optional. To attack, I choose which lord I'm going to attack with and how much blood I want to attack with. And then, if the player chooses, they can fight back and we roll off using the combat dice. Or you can choose to flee if you're the defender and move to an adjacent spot for free. But in this example, I'm going to attack with the red dice, the aggression dice, which has the highest probability of giving me good blood rolls, giving the other player the cunning dice, which has not much in the way of strength, but it does have a 1 in 6 chance of an instant win. So I'm going to roll. I have 3 plus the 2 I committed, so that's 5, plus another one from my lord, so that's 6 blood. This player doesn't have any blood, but they're hoping for a 1 in 6 chance. However, white didn't roll the star. They don't have any rerolls. So I win the combat. I advance 2 spaces up the dominance track, which is going to get me 3 points instantly. And white, because they stayed in fight, they don't have to move to an adjacent location, which might work for them. I do, however, have to discard the blood I used, and white, as a result, has to take a wound. So they can choose a small wound that covers up their icons, or they can choose a big wound which covers up their ability. So in this case, they'll take a small wound, and we'll go from there. Now it's back to the white player's turn. They can go through the same steps. Because they're starting at a crypt, if they had any gold, they could spend gold to advance their cube to the next tier reward. So at the end of the round, any of their red cards that they've played to their tableau would pay out 1 victory point and 1 blood per icon. So bit of engine building, bit of tableau building as we go. The game progresses until someone reaches the 33-point threshold, which triggers that the next round is going to be the last round. The game tends to run 3 to 4 rounds, 4 at most, usually 3 rounds, at which point, after the 3rd round, player with the highest score wins the game. If you're interested in learning more, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about it.